So after they got back from space, they said, we decided it's sinking already. Let's go to Venice and bring 200 people and sink it a little further.
Add some weight.
Add some weight. We just started ruining the atmosphere a little bit more, even though already been doing it by getting same-day delivery to you. Something's up with my sound. I think.
Here, try this.
Man,
if you switch, maybe it sounds better.
I think that man is just trying to
censor
silence
you.
Me. He's trying to censor me.
Censor you
from saying, "Oh my God, really? Just because you're trying to auction off Orlando Bloom now doesn't mean you can come for me because I'm about to expose it." Actually, we do have to pause. Something is weird with these.
Here, watch this. Because you have not sounded any different to me. It's got to be your headphones. I meant just listen from here.
Okay. All right. Testing. 1, 2. Bezos in the air. Okay.
How do you sound?
It sounds like it's a go. It sounds like Kris Jenner got a nice facelift and I could see every single inch of it. Mm-hmm. It sounds crisp and clear. That's what that means. Crisp and clear. Okay, the Bezos wedding. We have to talk about it. We have to get right into it. Congratulations to Jeffrey.
Is it hot?
Of course.
Is it hot?
I think it's pretty hot.
Okay. Because you never know with him. Sometimes he doesn't keep it sexy.
Imagine marrying one of the first female astronauts. Now that's hot. That's hot. With Sabrina Piper and Natalie DeCicco. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Welcome. One of the only women astronauts who are heroes.
Yes, one of the heroes. Did Siri agree with that? No. When we asked here, we go, who were the
six women astronauts
who were heroes? It wasn't Lauren Sanchez Bezos. Now it's Lauren Sanchez Bezos.
Is she keeping her name?
I think that she's going to take on the name Bezos. Something gives me a crazy, weird feeling that this lady who is a journalist, she might want the name Bezos.
True.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
I think she's gonna take it.
I feel like I don't remember where I was going with that. It was going to be really good. Trust me.
Okay, I trust you. Natalie's just upset. Her mind's going a little crazy because she wasn't invited to the wedding just because, she took one sapphire one time. And then all of a sudden now she's banned from, luxury weddings.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair.
It's not fair.
I was going to say that I heard last Friday night on the radio recently, and the radio announcer came back in and went, "Poor Katy Perry." And I was like, that's a mean way to come back in out of last Friday night.
But I'm not going to lie, that's what we were all saying at the wedding.
Yeah.
When we went to the wedding, because obviously I was there, when we were at the wedding, we were all obviously, where are the other astronauts, because, Gail wasn't there, thank God. I was the lesbian lover, Oprah, she came, whatever, and I guess, people would say she's, the main attraction anyway. So she came, and we were talking, and she said that she left her dog at home, and I said, that's good, bark, bark, Gail, that's fine. And then...
Did she take her dog to space?
The dog is Gail King.
Oh, I'm retarded.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Wait. Oprah's dog is Gail King?
Yes.
How am I supposed to pick up on that?
I mean, I just started going on a whole thing about it. Sometimes I love this because Natalie's letting me rant, but she's not really listening intently.
No, that's not true.
I'm like,
it's
that's
that
her
you're
dog.
talking about a bunch of people that I don't know who they are.
I just said that Gail King is her bitch.
You said lesbian lover.
That's also her lesbian lover.
Okay, and
she
also
that's why she sent her to space. Listen, do you really think they wanted to send Gail King to space? No, they wanted to send Oprah. Oprah doesn't play with her life. She's Oprah. She had to send her little pupperoo up there. It's her lapdog.
I don't know if they care about sending Oprah to space. Why the fuck would Oprah go to space?
They would want her. They would want Kris Jenner because those are the biggest names.
Why would either of them go to space?
Because that would show that it's safe enough to make it commercialized for Blue Origin so that they can then sell flights so people can go to space and be like Katy Perry, the failed pop star, who's now a single mom. Mazel to her.
True, mazel to her. Get into
trying
that
to-
one because you know more
Yep,
about
they're
that
trying
than
to. Well,
me.
they're trying to now pimp her husband out. Which when we were at the wedding, it was really crazy. So I saw Sydney Sweeney, and and her tits were looking way worse than mine, like usual. But I saw he kept glancing at them, and they started talking, and they went for a whole stroll, which I think is insane. Okay, it is insane that they went for a little private walk, and also it's not private if paparazzi
True.
is with you. Okay, during the Bezos wedding. What was leading up to it? What were the fights between KP and OB?
How long have they been together?
They've been together 9 years and engaged for most of that.
God.
That means it's not happening.
How are you going to
happening.
be that's crazy. So I was in a relationship for 9 years and I was engaged for a lot of it. And I'm poor. So, like, if you're rich and you're engaged for a lot of your relationship and you haven't gotten married yet, that means break up. Am I crazy for saying that?
You were engaged?
I never told you I was engaged.
You were engaged?
Yeah, my ex proposed to me like 2 years before we broke up. And we just never got the money together to get married. And thank God, because I can't believe I never told you that privately. I had a ring. I had to give it back to her.
A ring?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like it didn't fit me. She got it like a display ring. Yeah.
A display ring?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like her. How come I never told this to you? That's crazy.
My mind is blown. Now you
crazy.
really know she was born a man.
Yes.
She got it from the
Absolutely.
display. You were engaged?
I was engaged, yeah.
You were engaged 19 times? You fucking...
I was not engaged as many
This
times
is insane.
I was not engaged as long as Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. No.
You were engaged?
Yes, I was engaged. And we didn't tell anyone because we didn't have money. She didn't have money to move it out with me.
Oh, my God.
She has to do a lap. Sabrina has to do a lap.
Mike.
Yes.
Did you know Natalie was engaged?
To my ex.
Yeah, I mean, I assume all lesbians, if they've been together for more than 2 weeks, are engaged. Is that not?
No, that's fair.
Thank you.
That's fair.
Oh, my
Thank you.
God.
They were together. You guys were together for like
9 years.
Yeah, of course.
decade.
I don't know. Were you ever rocking the ring around
I
here?
didn't see the ring.
No.
Did you
No.
see the ring?
No, I didn't. My parents didn't even know I was engaged.
That's what I'm saying.
I was engaged. We were going to stay engaged until she could afford to move out, and that never happened. That's why it never went public. That's why my parents never found out.
we're back in. Thanks, Mike. Love you. Bye.
I-
well.
This is so fun. It's been almost 2 years since we broke up, so I feel like this is fair enough to make public knowledge now. Yeah, I can't believe I never told you that in private. That's crazy. No,
do you remember earlier when I was like, I do random bits and Natalie doesn't listen everywhere? Where the fuck have I been?
That's so
You
funny.
were engaged?
Yeah, I was engaged. Yeah.
19 times, you fucking prostitution whore. Ugh, I'm going to flip the table. This is insane.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike's point is correct. So we just asked one of the producers here at Gas Digital, I was like,
I'm going to boost it. They'll be able to
see.
hear.
This is insane.
Yeah.
I am mind blown right now.
Katy
Whoa.
Perry, KP and OB can take a back
Can
seat for the
SMD.
next 5
They can
for the next 5
SMD.
minutes. Yeah, I'll tell you all
They
about
can
it.
SMC suck my clit. Suck
Yeah.
my blur. Okay, tell me about the ring.
It was very pretty, but it did not fit me.
Tell me about the proposal.
It was she invited me to go to like a waterfall where we used to like go on dates when we were in high school. It was like significant to us.
Lesbians and waterfalls.
Yeah.
That's.
And then she did the whole thing. She was like, "Will you know?" And I kind of saw
Oh
it
my
coming.
God! Thank God you didn't do it. Oh my God, you would have been such a fucking
No,
loser,
no.
miserable.
No.
I am in shock.
No, that's what I'm saying is like at the time it was beautiful and nice and I really thought I wanted to marry her and then we were together for 2 more years before we could afford to move in together and it just never happened.
Brickety broke.
And then it's one of those things where right before we broke or maybe a month before we broke up, I said to Ashley, my roommate, that I have a bad feeling where I'm like, we're okay now. Like, I don't need to break up with her right now. But I feel like if she says, all right, I'm ready, let's get married, I'm going to have cold feet. And Ashley goes, well, then, yeah, there's your answer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I encourage the breakup of an engagement.
Yeah, but it was like not an engagement. It was not an
sick.
engagement.
That feels like a win in my book. That feels like a win in my book. In the words of my father, who got married 3 different times, okay, before he had me.
Right.
Do not ever get married in your 20s. Do not ever get married. Don't settle down in your 20s. You're gonna waste it away, and you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But like,
Wow.
what's the difference between an engagement and saying you're going to get married if you don't move forward with it? It's the same as just saying, yeah, I'm going to marry you, you know? Like,
I guess.
I remember my friend whose name I won't say, but I've mentioned her to you. It's like not someone
So
you
a friend.
know.
So one of your friends.
Yeah, not someone that you're thinking of probably, but someone I've mentioned as being a little wackadoodle was like a few years ago was like, yeah, I have good news. We've decided that we're going to get engaged. And I go, what's the difference between that and just dating and eventually getting engaged? What is saying you're going to get engaged except saying words? Nothing.
I don't know, a $50,000 plus ring.
They didn't have saying that you're going to get. They're still not engaged. They live together. They're still not engaged. There's still no ring. So saying that you're going to get engaged is the same as nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's just like.
But then, like at least, like yeah, exactly. At least my ex did propose and gave me a real ring. I had to give it back to her.
You said your parents didn't know about it?
Nope.
This
They
is
still
breaking
don't know.
news, you guys.
They still don't know. They still don't know.
Because it's so not real. It didn't fit. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't. It was a really nice thing at the time because I was going through a lot of other shit in my life, and she proposed to me, and I was like, wow, this is the only nice thing I have going on right now.
Yeah, that felt like when I got my first Prada bag as well from an
Really?
ex-boyfriend. Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
And then
really. And I was
then-
like, it's going to be done soon. And it was.
And then specifically when we broke up, I went, do I give it back? I would love for her to sell it and get the money because she needs it more than I do. And then through Amanda, we had she communicated to me what specific thing she wanted back, and that
What'd
was
you do
one
with
of
it?
them.
Okay,
I gave it back.
she gave.
I gave it
you
back.
gave it back. Huh.
I hope she got some
Well,
money for it.
I didn't give the Prada back. I didn't give the Prada back.
That's
The Prada bag
different.
is mine.
A gift is a gift. A gift is not an
A gift is a gift.
engagement
Do you
ring.
give the ring back? I guess you do.
I guess you do.
I mean,
I
to
did.
me-
I had no qualms because it would just remind me of her, you know?
Yeah, it really depends.
And I would just never wear
to
it.
me. Now, see if it was just a regular gift,
If it was a necklace,
like
I
a
would have kept it.
or a nice ring.
But not an engagement ring.
Not an engagement ring?
I would have kept it, and I mean, I
I
have
don't know.
clothes that
I
she
might
gave
keep-
me that I still wear.
I might
you know?
keep an engagement ring.
Yeah, I
might-
respect that.
I want this to be. I want to see what you guys think. Would you keep your engagement ring?
I do want to. I want to
Or
make
would you
that a
give it
real
back?
poll.
That
That
is
a
our
thing
poll
on Sex
this
in the
week.
City with Charlotte.
I was about to round it about to you.
Love it.
I swear to God, I was like, oh my God, I hope she saw this
That's
fucking
us.
episode. That's so us. Same wavelength.
Yeah.
Maybe if you guys saw us do that, you're on YouTube, or if you're listening on
There was
Spotify,
like
hop over to, there was a
when we just communicated.
And it's really interesting. So in this episode of Sex in the City, I think it's around the 4th or 5th season, maybe 5th, where Carrie and Aiden, they're
Fourth.
going their fourth. They're going their. Thank you. They're
Yeah,
going their
Aiden's
separate
already gone
ways.
by season 5.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Your rewatch.
Yeah.
Or your first watch. So they split skis, and he wants to charge her to buy the apartment, like a
Right.
real piece of shit. So, something that she obviously didn't remember, and just like that. So
Which I will never
She-
see.
never. We're boycotting it. Don't watch it.
don't watch it.
We talked about this on the Patreon last weekend. Do not watch it. So don't watch it just like that. Watch our Patreon. So
Yes.
Carrie didn't have the money to come up with it because she was a broke ass bitch besides her closet, and I very much feel that because that's me.
Right.
So I watch that and I see a different perspective because she went to her girlfriends at brunch and she talked about it,
Right.
and she didn't really ask.
No,
but
she didn't.
There was that underlying,
Yeah.
question where it's like if it was put on the table, she might debate it.
Right.
But every one of her friends, Samantha, Miranda, and then Pause offered, and then Pause, we got to Charlotte, and she did not offer. She did not say a word. And then Carrie winds up pulling a Carrie and showing up at her apartment like, why didn't you offer me the
Can
money?
I say that's whack?
Oh, that's crazy.
That's
She would always
crazy.
do crazy things.
Yes. On the one hand,
She
I'll let
loves
you
showing
finish
up at
explaining it
apartments.
first.
She loves showing up at apartments.
she
though.
does.
She loves showing up announced.
But even to call, Even if she were to call and not show up and be like, why didn't you offer me a gift of a lot of money is crazy. Even if Charlotte totally should have and could afford it without blinking an eye.
Right. Now, I think that when we're on different sides of it, we feel differently.
True.
Like if I would,
Very
if I'm in
true.
Carrie's position, which I have been, there are times where I'm like, you got all of this and you didn't work for it, you didn't do anything.
Right.
Give me something and I got you.
Right.
And Charlotte made a very, very poignant point of not dealing with friends and money and mixing the two and learning it from her family. But again, it was left from the ex-husband.
Right.
And then you have Carrie, who's needing the money, but Charlotte's still holding on to everything. She does think she earned this mentally.
Right. And then also Carrie making zero effort to sell anything in her closet to get
Zero.
the money. Her closet's
Zero.
worth $30,000.
Didn't
and
see
is
her
like,
go to Crossroads.
Exactly.
Didn't see her go to a Buffalo Exchange and
Right.
try to sell anything. Didn't
Right.
see her go to a Salvation Army. Nada.
Right. And
What'd she
Aiden's like,
do?
you can't get rid of any of this. And she's like, no, actually.
No. And he's like, well, that was my plan the whole time, Carrie. Minimalism, Carrie. Ooh, Carrie. Those noises. Oh, I hate those noises.
I like that that's your beef with him. With like,
Bro,
if
I
you're into
hate
someone that's
him.
hot,
Yeah,
you know,
That is
you just
true.
don't like it because you don't like him.
that's true. And that's true. And that happens with guys, too. If they make noises, I'm like, can you just shut the fuck up?
Unless you're really into them,
Unless
and then
I'm
you're
really
like,
into
whatever
them.
you do is hot.
Yeah, once they kind of give me the ickaroo,
None of it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what happened to her.
Exactly.
This
They
is
could
a
give
Sex
me a-
and the City show now.
Yes, they could give me a ring, though.
True.
They could give me a ring. I think it's depending on, maybe I would give it back. I would like to think that I would keep it, but I think that my soul is like, I can't do this
But-
unless it was like a Kennedy or a Rockefeller.
Right. But then the question is, do you keep it, or do you sell it and keep the money? Are you keeping a ring, or are you keeping the value of the ring? Because if you're like, I'm going to keep it and sell it, kudos to you. But if you're just keeping a ring from a failed engagement, like, what is that for? Do you wear it, or do you just leave it on your nightstand?
I would collect them.
Oh, okay, that's
Yes.
cute. Like how guys get like tattoos of their partner's names.
Oh, right, those sickos. Those
yeah, that's
sickos.
you with rings.
That's me with rings.
Yeah.
I think once I'm really famous, I'll be getting engaged like every few weeks.
Yeah.
Like I told you, like I'll accidentally
Exactly.
get married, and then I'll stop, and then whatever, and then I'll really have a wedding. I just think I'll collect.
Did we
them.
get hitched last night? Why am I wearing your class ring? I believe as Katy Perry said.
Oh yeah, she did.
She knows.
She did. It's a shame that she's dead.
R.I.P.
Irrelevancy really is death.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah.
terrible.
Do you have any other questions about my engagement?
I have a million. Are you
What?
kidding me?
Go
I'm
for
saying
it.
fuck the show.
Go for
Oh
it.
my god.
Like I said,
How many
it's-
carats? Was it a diamond?
it was a real diamond. Yeah,
How many carats?
I don't remember.
Clarity.
Do I have a picture of it?
Color.
Silver.
Consistency.
And I don't remember the shape.
Silver.
Yeah, I wore more silver then than gold. Now I've switched more to gold.
Oh, it's like silver band, you mean?
Yeah,
Silver, not platinum?
probably silver, or maybe it was like white gold.
Let's see this bad boy.
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh,
Like I
man.
said, I was probably $900.
Does your current boyfriend know?
Yes.
You weren't getting. Oh.
He knows.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows. Let me see if I have a picture.
You say it was like $900?
Yeah, it was like $1,000. That was like her whole savings. Not only was it her whole savings, but she asked multiple people to lend her like $200 here and there to pay for it. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but like what?
That
Literally-
is, I'm sorry.
But you
that's
know that going
insane.
into it to be like, you know that
That's
because the whole
insane.
point of why we didn't go public with it was because she couldn't afford to move in with me.
It's just,
So
I'm
of course
sorry,
she
that's
couldn't afford
insane.
it.
Of course, but
Like
also
it shouldn't
it's
be a
like,
surprise.
if you
right?
really love someone, just go to the fucking courthouse. You have to ask your friends for money. You have to
She
borrow
wanted to give me
mo-
a ring. Hold on, why am I looking into my chat with
Should be
myself? I need to be
embarrassed.
looking
Should
with.
be so embarrassed. Not
Why?
you, her.
But why?
Why? Because if you really just give a shit about this person, you just go get a really nice ring and say one day, whatever, and then you go to the courthouse with them. You don't go and put your business in other people's lives, so then they, all of a sudden, it becomes part of their shit.
She paid them back immediately. I had her. She paid them back.
They gave it to her?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
be
getting
like-
crazier.
I don't don't think this
I
is
think
getting
people
crazier.
really,
I think this is getting
people
regular.
really love you. I think you're actually. I think
That's
that.
possible.
I think that it's you. I think that you're discrediting
But
yourself.
it's all the same friends.
That's my point. The same friends. They love you. This is not a normal thing to do out in the wild, Nat. This is a. You're a very special
But
person,
how is
and
this
people would want to make you happy.
But how is that not different than Carrie expecting her friends to pay for her apartment?
She was in a personal bind where she would be like out on the streets, like kind of like this, that, or the other, or she would have to do something else.
She would have to like tone down her lifestyle. She could afford
And they're
it.
all.
She could afford to live in a regular people apartment, but she's Carrie, and so she would choose not to. It's like someone we know.
Well, it was rent regulated at first. Then the whole thing is he bought
right.
the apartments because the whole place was going condo.
right.
So he bought it. So in actuality, he just took a rent-controlled apartment from a New Yorker.
Right.
So this landlord, we're rooting for the landlord
True.
here.
True.
See, she needed the money in a different sense. It was like, it wasn't for somebody else's thing. It wasn't for your own. I think that if you're going to get married in something, that means you're adults, you're starting your own life, you're doing your own thing,
Right.
Um,
I'm digging really deep.
you
in
are,
my
yeah.
chats
No,
with
good. Go
Ashley.
for it. It's good that it's deep. That means you've made a lot of new memories since.
This isn't my photos. This is my
But-
messages with Ashley.
Oh, okay.
And we live together, so we talk a lot.
That makes sense. Well, I do think it's different. It's you can ask to get out of a bind or something, but marriage isn't. I mean, it is a bind in a certain way, but getting into it and everything like this wasn't. I think that people know you and they love you, and they were like, it will make her happy as well.
Sure.
We'll make our friends happy. We'll do this for them, but it's different happiness and a need versus a want.
I agree.
Like you wanted. Like she knew you would want a ring. Everyone would know you
I
deserve.
agree, but it's
know.
also like it's not like she was in the habit of asking people for money.
It's still very specific
Okay.
for like a wedding. Now, like a wedding, if you want people to help out with it, that's a little different.
Right.
I think the ring is something, and that's just personal, where I'm like, that should be some private shit. Or you get help from your parents.
Fuck, she didn't bring me to the courthouse. We would be in a very different situation right now.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
But it was what you wanted too.
Yeah, I was
Where
happy
it's like a
at the
ring.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I had to wear it on my middle finger. It didn't fit me. Or actually, Amanda gave me like one of those the things that you put around it to make it a little tighter.
Yeah.
Here's drunk Nat holding my cat. There's like a very regular occurrence of drunk me holding cats.
You and Jennifer Aniston, who also has multiple engagement rings under her belt.
Right.
Wow, Mike. It's time, buddy.
No, it's not.
Buddy.
Maybe someday.
Let's
but
go
no,
shopping.
It's not time. That also ties into Sex and the City being like, I helped him pick it out, and it was ugly. Miranda helped him pick out an ugly ring.
The ugly ring.
So funny.
You didn't like the ring? That's what she said.
Oh
you
yeah, you didn't like it?
No.
No. Actually, mine was somewhat similar to her good one. It was silver and it was very low profile, or it was silver in color. I don't know what the metal
low profile
was.
your parents didn't know.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Thank God.
Yeah.
All of this is for the best.
Yeah.
Like, no, yeah, Mike knows. Mike, actually,
What a way.
the catalyst for Mike telling me he had feelings for me was me saying that I was engaged. I can't believe I didn't tell you that.
No.
So 100 years ago,
I felt like I knew everything.
I
before
also thought you
everyone.
knew everything. No, 100 years ago, before I had feelings for Mike, but he and I were friends.
Uh-huh.
I was hanging out with him at the McDonald's over there.
Uh-huh.
And I was saying that I was engaged. And then he walked me to the train and went, clearly I have feelings for you and I need to deal with it. If you're engaged, then there's nothing I can do about that.
Whoa.
And I was like, this sucks because this is my friend and I don't like him like that. And I feel sad for him that he has to deal with that now.
You feel so sad for him. You have to suck his dick.
2 years later.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
No, honestly, at the time, I think that I'm not someone who believes that everything happens for a reason in the sense that it is planned.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that things were supposed to happen the way that they did because that's how they did. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I think that I needed to be in a relationship when I met Mike because I wasn't ready for him yet.
Yes.
And I didn't have feelings for him. And I was like, not ew, but like, oh, this is my boy. Like, that's my bro. Like, I don't feel like that about him. And I needed to come around because if I was single and like there's 100 reels making fun of it on
like TikTok,
Instagram, yeah, exactly.
All that jazz.
Which is like your guy friend gets you alone and and has too many drinks and tells you that he has feelings for you. It's like, ugh, like no one wants to feel that, you know?
I've made a bit about it. I posted it online.
So like, I feel like
go check out my
I felt more
IG.
safe because I had that way to be like, hey, we can still be friends, but I don't like you. Obviously, I can't date you. I have a partner.
Yeah.
And then I had to come around to it.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Most definitely.
So we're still only in...
You don't even have to look for it anymore.
I'm going to just keep mindlessly scrolling because I know approximately what like year this was.
Okay.
We can just keep going and you can tell me about whatever you want to get into next. Or we can... I don't think we finished up on Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom.
Oh my God. Who cares about them when the real hot goss is here?
Well,
so what? I talked about the Bezos wedding. It was boring. I got a nice gift bag out of it. They gave us a robe, a child, servant.
I thought they gave you a child servant.
A child
Right, of
servant.
course.
Yeah, they gave me a child servant in a Wayfair cabinet. It was very nice, so it was easy to carry back all the way from Venice. They said no gifts on their invitation, which was very nice. They said just donations, so they could donate to Venice for whatever that means. Not like we need it here or anything like that in the United States. I'm glad it's going to Italy and their infrastructure. Genuinely. Yeah. We are crap. We should really rebuild Venice. They had to put Kim Kardashian's ass on one of the canoes. I just screwed that up because it was wobbly going in. I was sitting on that same thing. It went.
You were reliving it.
Reliving it. Thank you. The only thing that was the only thing that was tight was Kris Jenner's neck lift. Her lower neck lift. Wait, lower face, upper neck lift? Yes.
Did she
lower
say what
face,
the name is?
Necklace. That that was it. That she got a lower face, upper neck lift.
This part.
Yeah.
She looks crazy different.
She
Is
looks.
it me?
No, you are correct. She looks crazy different. She looks younger than Kimberly.
Yeah. They're just gonna keep cannibalizing themselves, not literally eating themselves, but metaphorically like digesting themselves with surgery until they become
for sure.
not. They should do like that thing that they did with Michael Jackson, where they're like, if he didn't have all that stuff done to him, what he would look like in his old age. Like, they should
people
do that
all
to
the
them.
time.
But like, how will we know?
We wouldn't.
No, you're right. We would never know.
When we were out there, we all did our little sacrificing to get some fresh blood and everything. And then we did some salmon sperm facials straight from the salmon. We jerked it off onto us. And then here's the ring. And then we went around. We looked at Lauren Bezos's ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, nothing compares to Nat's. I've never seen it. I don't know about it. But
I've hit pan. I've hit the bottom, and it's not letting. Even though I know this isn't the oldest our chats go, and we're just hit. It won't let me scroll anymore. But it's showing me a picture of AJ with dreads, not dreads, braids.
Okay.
First, this is like my second week knowing this guy, and I'm just in Jamaica. He works here. If you want a picture of AJ, who works here with braids. Known this guy for 2 weeks, and now he has braids.
You know where he's not? He wasn't at. He doesn't go to the Bezos wedding.
No,
that guy is Jamaica.
No, definitely
through and
not. Definitely not.
He's jamming. He's jamming.
I guess it's a sign from God that
you weren't supposed to show the Nuva ring.
Yeah,
it's your Nuva ring. It's that's one place to put it.
Sure, and well, when it's not in you keep it in the freezer. So
keep it nice and tight and cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Feels good going in. I've never
slides and glides.
I've never used one, but yeah, it was like a small silver ring. I forgot what shape it was. I mean, the color was silver, with one diamond on it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
It is somewhat. I'm gonna, if I think of it, I'm gonna put in a picture of Carrie's better ring. It was similar to that.
Yeah.
Smaller. It was like a nice size, except for the size of the ring, which did not fit me.
Keep convincing yourself that this was a nice thing. The ring.
It was pretty. It was pretty. It was not as ugly as the first ring that Carrie got.
Oh, that thing was fucking hideous.
Chunky. It was very like dated.
Yes, it was old.
Tangential
Vintage.
thought. I feel like a V-neck T-shirt is somewhat dated. Am I crazy? Every time I wear this, I feel like my mother.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're both in like 2014 right now, 15, just hanging out.
Sure.
But it's nice. It's comfortable.
It's comfortable. I just
mean-
wanted a solid because my shorts have a lot going on. But every time I wear a gray, heather gray V-neck T-shirt, I feel like my mother. I feel like I should get rid of this shirt.
No, it's a good shirt for PE and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, precisely. Precisely. I can get a regular neck gray T-shirt and wear it all the time. And
Why not?
just in phys ed.
Why not? Or you could cut it all up and make it a little tanky tank.
Cute. Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's summer. We should be doing DIY T-shirt upgrades.
1,000%. Yeah, why not? And tie-dye.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know about this one. But
It's time. I don't know if you can tie-dye gray, but it's time. It's that time of the
it's
year.
time of the year. Yeah, mine
Eat
would
some
be
watermelon, hit the grill,
slice
hit
up,
your boobs against
slice
the
it up
thing.
halfway and have the tassel, and then you would knot them.
Oh,
at
that's
the
fun.
end.
Yes, that's very fun. Very summer campy.
Yeah, exactly.
Very campy.
Exactly. Campy in multiple ways,
Very campy.
for sure.
Oh,
You okay?
I just hit myself
You
by
okay?
accident. Yeah, that's okay. This
sorry.
fucking thing got in my way of my elbow.
Yeah.
That is insane. Well, we're going to do a little switch over to a little pop culture,
Yes.
a little That's Hot Topics.
Yeah.
So I must say, it is coming to the end of the Diddy trial, my friends. The
Yes.
diddler do might be mistrialed.
I see.
Have you heard?
No.
So there might be a mistrial with Mr. Diddly Doos because there are jurors who are confused. There are jurors who are not cooperating.
Oh.
Some people think that they're talking. There are confusing parts to it, like evidence that just got brought out. Now, we all know, if you're a listener and a fan, you might know that Natalie's stepmom is involved in the case by way of friendship.
Right. She's not
Her
actually
friend-
involved
her
in the
friend,
case.
Her friend was testifying
Right.
under the surname Mia.
Mm-hmm.
And Mia, I was thinking, we need to have Mia. We need to talk to Mia. But you know what? I have to say, this is, I just have to read something, okay? Miss Mia, we might go to a mistrial. It is not okay that you are scrapbooking over the age of 45. I don't like that. You're not doing it for your child, not doing it for your own family. You are doing it for Mr. Diddly Do. That's not good. I'm going to say this. I don't want to say anything bad. This is not the reason for the mistrial. It's the jury.
Right.
Let's be real. This man is very famous.
Right.
There's a Real Housewife of New York, Heather Thompson, her real name, who is also his assistant, who is not doing anything about it. There are people like that who are silent,
Okay.
and those people also fall under the category of fucking the people for justice.
Sure.
Okay? Now, do I think that this completely fucks it up? No, this was just a letter that was part of
Evidence.
but I was going to say a scrapbook that was made
Okay.
for his 45th birthday.
Okay.
I don't know how old Diddy is right now. So let's look it up. P. Diddy, his age is right now 55 years old.
That
So
was
this
my
was
guess.
10 years ago. Okay. So maybe she didn't go through the motions yet. Maybe she didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm a comedian, you guys.
Right.
Natalie's not, but I'm a comedian.
Right.
And I say that in the nicest way, like not
No, I
in a
know,
way,
I know,
but it's
I
like
know.
I am going to make bits about this.
Of course.
I'm sorry.
Of course.
Is it really her fault? No, but am I going to blame her? Yeah.
It's funnier that
I'm gonna blame a bunch of. I blame Heather Thompson. Holla at your mommy. She was talking about P. Diddy the entire 2 seasons she was on The Real Housewives.
Right.
And now we hear nothing out of her and she's not speaking.
Right.
I mean, it's women like that. But also, I don't really like birthday poems. So, girl, I don't know why you wrote this. Okay, happy 45th birthday, Puff Daddy, in all like little exclamations and
Right.
red and everything. Handwritten, Puff. Sometimes life goes by at catastrophic speeds where you never get to live in and enjoy the now. Things that used to feel unattainable and symbolic of success can become the norm and lose all of the adrenaline and excitement it used to stir up. And life keeps going, and each new height reached can lose its celebration moment in the whirlwind of getting to that next goal. All of this to say that I hope on this day you get to sit back and actually take it all in of how much you've accomplished, how far you have gone, are still going. So I put together this book of magazine articles from 1991 to 1999 that I hope will stir up nostalgic feelings of when you started and how you felt, and what was a dream to you then that's now an everyday reality. So yourself can tell your young self how great you've become. Not that you'll ever forget your past, but I hope it reminds you of when this world made your eyes light up. Happy, happy birthday. I love you forever and ever and ever. MIA.
That's like what my friend Sophie wrote me in my card for her wedding. It's very nostalgic.
It's very nostalgic. It's interesting.
It's interesting.
Listen, time does change feelings, opinions, and realizations in the sense of sometimes you are stuck in a loop where you don't understand
Sure.
someone or something is as bad as it is
Sure.
until you're out of it.
Sure. Absolutely.
So now they're using this as public evidence. And is it fair because it's from 10 years ago?
Or even
Not
like
really.
I guess my point with my friend writing that is like sometimes you pour a bunch of sappy shit into someone's thing and you just send it on. I mean,
Yeah.
the scrapbook's crazy, but the letter is not necessarily crazy.
Yeah, the letter,
Taking the
letter
time
is
to
a big
compile
thing.
that stuff is a lot.
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. To sit there and go through 10 years of a magazine, I think that's a lot
a
of
lot.
time. I didn't read the letter before right now,
Right.
so I didn't even know that's what it was.
Right.
But I have to say, I think that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I do wonder maybe, and listen, if I were her lawyer, I would go in this defense. If I was the prosecutor, I would go with, look back at who you thought you were. You've become a monster now.
Interesting.
Like, think about that. Now, that's how I would do it. As a lawyer,
Interesting.
do it. Listen to me, prosecutors. They're not going to, though.
No, it's too late.
It's too late.
They're not allowed to watch
It's going
the
to be a
show.
mistrial. Yeah, they're not allowed to watch the
Yeah.
show. When they come out,
I'm going to fix your camera. Keep talking.
yeah, when they come out, it's going to be, it's going to be a whole thing. Really. I don't know what's going to go down. Besides, P. Diddy is probably paying an exorbitant amount of money to get the hell out.
Yeah. Sometimes I think the world's going to go into apocalypse before any of that finishes.
Maybe.
I don't genuinely think that, but sometimes I do.
Yeah, you think?
You know? Where I'm like, everyone's like, the world is ending. Everything's crazy. In 5 years, we're just going to be melting in like global warming or whatever the fuck.
I do say
And I'm
that.
like, on the one hand, I don't literally believe that, but I'm like, I don't know. Every day lately, I wake up and I go, it could be today.
Yeah, I think that's because
You
we're in
know?
World War III.
Right? We're in World War III.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're in World War III. Everything is like melting.
Yes.
And I keep reading warning fiction from the past century being like, here are the dangers of like,
Don't
technology.
scare yourself too much.
I mean, I was reading like Fahrenheit 451, like nothing
Sure.
crazy, you
Yeah.
know? But like, I'm like, oh yeah, it could be now. This could be it for us,
Most definitely.
you know?
Most definitely. The only thing that I hold on to is that we live in New York.
True.
And I think people respect, like people like Putin,
Right.
they respect a beautiful building.
True.
They respect how stunning and how much history, like a man like that, like he's even fighting with Ukraine for the history.
Right.
So he's not going to like bomb us here and China
No, but
like
North
they
Korea
like to
might.
copy. No, North Korea's busy. They're so busy opening a water park. That's so true. And I think for the infrastructure and the architecture here, it's actually going to save us. Now, people in middle America, Nebraska, you're cooked. people in Omaha,
Sure.
I don't think
Sure.
they're gonna respect you. I think they're gonna blow you guys up, maybe
They don't care about
to
the
make
stakes.
they don't care. They don't care about the middle. They don't
Right.
care. Great show, but they're not going to respect it.
True. Yeah.
We're lucky.
True. I get that. I
Even
don't know.
though they were telling us to evacuate New York City last weekend, did you see that?
No.
Yeah, some I assume fake something was sending out, everyone should evacuate New York City this weekend for their best, safety. Iran, you're not coming here.
No.
No. I think they're a little embarrassed right now.
Yeah.
But we don't like war. We don't approve of war.
I don't want war.
I don't want war. I just want hot soldiers. It's not fair.
We're just gonna keep making thumbnails of us doing this.
I knew it though. They were serving
Yeah.
them crab legs and steak and lobster.
Yeah.
Second I saw those crab legs, I said,
Nope.
Iran, here we come.
Yeah.
And then boom. It's wackadoodle.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something crazy that I'm very excited about.
Please.
So speaking of, not politics that much, but let's touch on something,
Sure.
a prediction that I made that's coming around. So Elon Musk might be deported.
Hell yeah.
I think this is really fun.
That's one of those things that I'm like, do I think it's gonna happen? Probably
Trump
not.
threatened it.
Could it?
Trump threatened
Sure.
it. Trump threatened it.
That would be so fucking funny. Imagine breaking up with someone and being like, I will have you deported.
That's the entire thing, actually. He threatened to set him back.
I just realized
He
that
said he'll send him back to South Africa with him in his electric cars. This rocks. Let it
This
be known,
rocks.
I, Sabrina Piper, called this on That's Hot first.
Yes.
Many, many, many weeks ago. Months. I said, and the next thing, when they were fighting, I was like, deported. Deported.
Do you think that Elon Musk deleted his tweet saying that Trump was in the Epstein files because he was afraid of being deported specifically?
Yes, totally. But screenshots last forever. And I want
Fucking
Joe
dumb
Giudice to come
idiot.
back to this country. So
Yeah,
I'm sending
fucking
it.
dumb idiot deleting it as if we can't still see it.
I think 41 million people
Right.
saw it. It was impression, some type of
Yeah.
impression like that.
Yeah,
Where it's
dude.
like, okay, honey.
Bro, let it
You
sit for
tried.
16 hours.
He really did.
Why delete it at that point?
Fucking
Piss me
pussy.
off.
Because he's a pussy.
Piss me off. We all saw it.
We all saw it. And I can't wait to wave goodbye as that plane goes and goes
Up into the air.
up into the air. I'm really against ice until there's a bartender I don't like. And then I'm hello?
Hello, Ice.
I got one.
Yeah, exactly. So funny, dude. Will he be? Probably not.
Maybe. You never know. Trump doesn't like him. Trump said it.
It would be
Honestly,
funny
if the Chrisleys could get off.
It would be funny if Elon pulled a "you can't fire me, I quit" and just went back to South Africa. Would be very funny to me.
That would be awesome.
That would be very funny to me.
That would be great.
Yeah,
He's so busy trying to get people pregnant though.
but not the old-fashioned way.
Not the old-fashioned way.
He just keeps his cum in a jar in a factory.
He does. And
Warehouse,
I'm pretty
not a factory.
sure I have another theory that Amber Heard had his kids. Yes.
What makes
'cause
you say that?
They used to be engaged.
Okay.
And then they broke up and the whole Johnny Depp thing happened. And that whole trial. And then now she's living in Spain with a couple of her kids. Nobody knows the father. She has privacy. Remember what I told you guys? He has over 22 kids right now that nobody knows about. Nobody knows who they are, what they are, blah, blah, blah.
Do they know who they are?
That's a great question. I don't know.
That's
I don't know if
interesting.
I don't know. Maybe the mothers say it and then
Maybe it's up
they
to their
get an
discretion.
income. They do get I think it was what was it, 10,000 a month and then or something like that. I said in one of the old episodes that they
Mhm.
get a lump sum and then they get 10,000 per month until the kid is 20 something.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're making bank. I think that Amber Heard was totally broke before, and she had to move to Europe because of just how terrible she was treated in the States afterwards. And you can't, after such a public trial like that, which she went through, you can't stay here.
It's funny. This whole thing before this was making me think of The Stand by Stephen King, which they made a TV show out of because that's an apocalypse show that takes place during the summer when it's really hot and everything's decaying.
Gross.
She was in it. the TV
Okay.
show. So that's like a weird synchronicity. Is that
Weird.
she was in the TV version of The Stand,
Weird.
and I can't name anything else she was in.
Pineapple Express.
Oh,
That's it.
that was a long time ago.
I know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's only because it's one of my favorite movies, and people are always like, "Is that Amber Heard?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess it is. Yeah. I heard she
You're like, I
shit
hadn't
on the bed.
You're like, I haven't really thought about it, but yeah,
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's the shitter. That's
she did
her.
that.
She
It's the one
did
thing I like
that.
about her.
Yo, wild. If you guys didn't know, she shit on the bed that her and Johnny Depp shared, and then they
It's the
try
only
to
thing
say,
I like about her. Go
Yeah.
big or go home.
Her lawyer tried to say it was the dog, which I thought was awesome, and then they presented the teacup puppy that was like smaller than the poop, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Some things you really want people to win, especially women, and then you're like, oh, okay, come on.
But that's so
I would
funny.
have also respected it more if it was like, yeah, I shit on his fucking bed. I shit on
I
his
agree,
side.
I
would have
agree.
respected it. I
Oh,
would have
is
been
it
like,
illegal
damn.
to shit on a bed now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had an accident, and you're embarrassing me in front of the world. That's how I would have spun it.
Right.
Lawyers, listen up.
Yeah, lawyers should be watching this show.
For sure. This is a lawyer-only show. Because we're trying to get more rings.
True.
I think we're going to switch over the Patreon because
I
we've
think
been
so.
on for a minute. Yeah, I mean, happy Pride, you
Happy
guys.
Pride. It's over. Go back in the closet.
Go back in the That's why Natalie gave the ring back. Pride's
Yes,
done. She said, "I'm
exactly.
done." But the only thing I want to wrap up with is I saw Glenn Ross before I went off Broadway.
Incredible. Jealous.
incredible.
Extremely jealous.
Incredible. Love the theater. Miss the theater. Going to the theater on mushrooms was incredible. And
in a good way?
in a best way ever.
Okay.
It's like
Love it.
reinvigorating.
Sure.
And what a special show. If it ever comes back, go see it on Broadway. Kieran Culkin is awesome. I don't know if,
I saw him on in an off-Broadway show with Michael Cera a really long time ago.
oh my God, I would suck his dick off.
It was great.
I
The
love
show
him.
was not very good, but seeing them was great.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because they're stars.
Yeah, big
They're
time.
stars.
And they
they bring it.
they are in things together a lot as well.
I wonder if they do coke together.
I bet so.
Just a question.
I bet so.
Just a question. Just a
Posing it to the
pondering
universe.
thought. Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, that was fantastic. Bob Odenkirk, special shout out to him. Obviously, a very good friend of the show. Fantastic, phenomenal. Absolutely loved it. So glad I got to tell him after the show that he is a hottie. I got my playbill signed by him, and I told him I am
Love it.
very glad that he survived the heart attack so he could be on Earth doing what he was meant to do and being placed on here to act. So, go
So
to
he
a
should
show
come
on
on the show.
mushrooms. Yeah. He should come on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some asshole behind me was like, "Yeah, we love you,
Bill.
Yeah.
Because Bill Burr
Because
was in
Bill
it
Burr
also.
was in it." And I was like, "This is Bob."
You don't know the difference
Ugh.
between the celebrities in the show.
That is insane.
How many
to
people
me.
were in this show total?
6. Wow. 4 main stars, and then
3
6,
supporting.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
It's insane. Well, plugs up her ass. Follow me on Instagram, Funny Girl with Tits. Follow me on Twitter, I guess. Not really. Follow me on TikTok. YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. New episodes every Sunday at 11 a.m.
Yes. Sorry we took
we
off
were
last
late.
week.
Yes, Natalie was sick. Disgusting.
Yes.
Fucking whore bag.
I know.
And I was like, enough with you fucking getting
Having
sick
a summer cold.
because you shove sapphires up your pussy.
Yeah.
It's sickening. It's disgusting.
I thought it would heal me.
Well, whatever. And I was at the Bezos wedding.
Right. You were busy.
Yeah,
Fine.
she was busy with her crystals and her puss, and I was busy with the crystal with the
Uh-huh.
stars.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
we were really doing our thing. Yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel and share, do everything, comment, and say you love us on Spotify and
Yes.
iTunes and all that, and share it with your friends because that's the only way the word gets out. And join the Patreon. It's only $1.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/funnygirlwithtits. I have shows coming up. Post that on my Instagram. Check that out. Website's coming soon. I think it'll be SabrinaPiperComedy.com because SabrinaPiper.com is taken by Chinese. I think it'll give you a virus. Do not go to it. Thank you. Also, we're going to set up an email that you can
Ooh.
write in. We can write some stuff and whatever, and
Cute.
we'll answer some things. And I'll pass it over to Nat.
Natalie DeCicco edits on Instagram, DECICCO_edits. Watch Gas Now. That's my other podcast. Subscribe to Gas Digital Now on YouTube.
All right, that's it. And we're going to be switching over to the Patreon. We'll see you there. Love you. Bye.